So ladies and gentlemen, we'll now move into fight number 11, which is proudly brought to you by Miller Sockhill Lawyers. It is an amateur bantamweight bout contested over three 3-minute rounds. Introducing first, out of the red corner, Cooper Rush Royal.
Wow, I don't know if how excited I am for this fight is an understatement.
I'm with you on that one there, partner. I'll tell you what, Cooper Rush Royal, one of the hottest prospects in all of mixed martial arts right now. Energetic, eccentric style, excellent kicks, punches are crisp, head movement's fantastic, so hard to hit. We're pumping him up a lot here, so hoping to give the commentators curse, but what we've seen so far, super impressive.
But Luke Davis is definitely his hardest test to date. So.
Stepping up in class, no doubt at all. However, MMA record so far unblemished. Oh no, sorry, the one defeat there. 2-0 Muay Thai, 1-0 boxing. So he's on somewhat of a roll at the moment. And we'll see. You know, I like the fact that he's taken a fight against a guy that is a step up. Many could have sat here for 4 or 5 fights and kept knocking off opponents one by one, but he's decided on the harder fight. Very well prepared, no doubt. Fitzroy Martial Arts under the watchful eye of Brant Cogill, so expecting a lot from Cooper this evening.
Yeah, and it's interesting to say that his first loss, Cooper's first loss, was actually from a solid wrestler. He took him down and controlled him on the ground, but I know he's been working on that since then to really improve that aspect of his game.
And introducing his opponent, out of the blue corner, Luke Davis.
I mean, Luke Davis coming into this fight off the back of 2 KO bonuses on Coastal Combat. You know, so, he's got power in those hands.
Extraordinary power.
And it's interesting to know that Luke Davis has actually lost to another of Cooper's training partners, Trent Miner.
I don't think you can underestimate that. The inside knowledge it'll have based on that first contest will give Cooper an inroad in relation to how to certainly overcome the advantages that Luke will bring into this fight. So if he's prepared, and as I presume he would have, he'll have some good insights there straight away. Beast Martial Arts, though, Luke Davis has trained Kyron Moses, Jason Hode, so very good corner. Some boxing and Muay Thai fights as well, of which he's been successful. So on paper, they actually line up really, really well.
Like I said, mate, this is one of the fights that I've been looking forward to for weeks. You know, since I knew I was commentating, this fight was on the card. This is one fight that I've been looking forward to.
We are only moments away. Contest that has fight of the night written all over it again.
One thing I can say is
So ladies and gentlemen,
100% sure
fight
this
number 11
fight
this
doesn't go
evening
the
is brought to
distance.
you by Miller Sockhill Lawyers. Will be contested in the bantamweight bout over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 61.1 kilos and trains out of Fitzroy Martial Arts, holding an undefeated amateur record of 2 wins and 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cooper Rush Royal. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 61.2 kilos and trains out of Beast Martial Arts, also holding an amateur record of 2 wins and 2 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luke Davis. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Nakia Melody.
Quite different frames on the fighters though as well. Bit more rangy for Luke. Here we go.
Don't blink, people at home.
Well, gentlemen, this is, I think, the one that all 3 of us had circled as the one we're most excited for. 2 just young phenoms in the cage. Cooper Royal on a tear over the last 18 months. Tri-sport athlete too, worth mentioning. He's jumped in the boxing ring and in the Muay Thai ring more than once over the past 12 months. And great to have him back in the sport of mixed martial arts here tonight.
Switching stances early as well. Orthodox and southpaw a couple of
Lovely
times already.
body kick.
So coming into this fight, while I'll probably give the technical striking advantage to Cooper Royal, I think the power advantage goes to Luke Davis. We've seen him with some vicious knockouts here on Coastal Combat before.
Like to see that overhook straight away from Cooper. But we know that Luke's definitely going to have that advantage in that grappling sense.
And whenever you get a young striker like Cooper, he always needs to come up against someone like Luke Davis, who does have that wrestling and grappling in the back pocket, and really try and put Cooper to the test here.
But Cooper's doing a very job keeping his hips away, which is preventing him from getting a good grip and a good drive to get that takedown.
So interesting that he's not going for that whizzer like you mentioned there, Anton. I would like to see him grab onto that overhook.
Six, 7 knees by Luke Davis on the inside as well. Continuing to chop those legs down.
And you can see Cooper's got his
Strapping.
right
Yeah.
hand strapped up, so it might be interesting to see. And Luke's actually targeting his knee,
He is. That's about the 10th knee in a row.
straight onto his knee.
Yeah, that's a very good point there, Anton. A bit of strapping
There
there
we go again.
on Cooper Royal.
There's some heavy knees as well.
So Cooper doing a good job avoiding the takedown, but unfortunately not improving his position at all here in this position. So we'd like to see him maybe try and swim for an underhook and look to try and break off this fence. So into the final minute now, the opening round.
Good cage control by Luke Davis so far in round one.
I'd hate to know what issues he has with his knee, because
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be made worse by the
looks
13
painful.
knees that he's been taking straight to that same knee.
You can see the red. It's redded up on the outside of the knee there as well.
There we go. He's finally gone to the overhook on that side. Now he's just targeting that other knee.
No answer, Cooper Royal so far for the cage pressure of Luke Davis.
So both these athletes very young in their career. Luke Davis, 23 years of age, 3 years the senior of Cooper Royal, coming into this contest at just 20.
Oh, big takedown. Late in round one, gets a takedown as well. Dominant first round for Luke Davis.
Yes, so you would assume that's one round in the books for the man from Beast Martial Arts. So Luke Davis, impressive stuff here. Just taking the wind out of the sails there from Cooper Royal, pushing him against the fence and getting that nice takedown at the death of it too.
Strategy was very good, I thought. So to mix it up a little bit, start of round one, felt a little bit of Cooper's power, took it to the cage and dominated for a majority of that first round. So very strategic by Luke Davis in round one.
Yeah, he as you said, he traded with Cooper. I think he got Cooper comfortable,
Yep.
got him set for that striking, and then as soon as Cooper started to relax in that striking position, he pushed him straight up against that cage and looked to control and chop him down.
This is what we're talking about, that level up, though, of opponent for Cooper. So he's somewhat been dominated in round one against the cage. Let's see what he can now do to evolve his game to get himself back into this contest.
Yeah, this is a real test for both fighters here. And Nicky Melody claps us in. Oh, jumping knee attempt there from Cooper Royal. Looks like he's going to try and grab the neck as Luke Davis jumps in for a
Standing
takedown.
guillotine.
Oh, that's kind of
tight.
tight, fellas.
That is tight. It's
That
under
is
his chin.
tight. Wow. Cooper Royal, just all excitement.
From this angle, that is under his chin for sure.
So Luke Davis doing a good job here,
Oh, that's
trying
tight.
to keep his neck out of there, but
He should jump onto that.
Yep.
That's tight. That's tight.
so Cooper trying to sink in this guillotine. We're seeing Luke Davis do a really good job controlling his own posture there, trying to keep that head high and take some of the pressure off the front of the neck.
Doesn't want to burn his arms out, Cooper, as well.
So unlikely we're going to see Cooper finish it now. He's held for so long. So I'd like to see Cooper maybe try and create some sort of scramble here to use this to disengage.
Yeah. Switch off the cage, turn off the cage, and
So a bit of deja vu back to round one. Can Cooper do to modify this time, get some distance, continue that striking?
So some knees to the legs there again from Luke Davis. Cooper Royal holding on to that front headlock position.
He does not like it either, Cooper. They are hurting him for sure.
He really needs to switch off that cage, or he needs to jump for it.
Oh, he's actually committing to it a little more now, but it's difficult to get the arm in guillotine, on
yeah,
the feet.
tough.
You've got to have a pretty crazy angle, and generally you need a height advantage over your opponent. So,
Which he has neither, unfortunately.
yeah, so we're seeing Luke Davis do a good job. While still in a bit of danger there, he is keeping himself out of any sort of finish, out of any finishing danger. So inside the final minute now of round two, and largely playing out like we saw the opening round, up against the fence. So Cooper Royal not able to get off some of those trademark flashy strikes.
Got a
He's looking
single
to pick
leg.
up.
Continuing those knees.
Yeah.
Must be 40 or 50 knees he's thrown.
I definitely don't want to be Cooper's legs in the morning.
So here we go, potential double leg attempt as we see Cooper widen his base.
Again, very late in the round, potential takedown, just to make sure the judges tick the box his way.
Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting round to score. I mean, Cooper had some strikes on the feet and has also had the guillotine attempt for, well, a lot of this round, and haven't seen any takedowns, and we won't. So it's going to be a very tricky one to score for our judges, because we saw the positional dominance there from Luke Davis, but perhaps the more offense came from Cooper.
Yeah, absolutely. Depends what they're looking for, but no doubt Brian Koga will be talking about a modification to the game plan for Cooper, because he can't afford to have his back against the cage for 3 minutes here in round three. Needs to do something different, needs to get some of that control, needs to keep his distance, use that unorthodox striking that he's displayed in previous fights.
Yeah, he definitely needs to use his footwork. He can't stay still, and he definitely can't let Luke pressure him back up against that cage for this third and final round.
Yeah, you're right, Anton. Footwork is kind of like the first line of defense when it comes to defending takedowns. If you can keep your hips away from your opponent, you're going to stop a lot of takedown attempts before they're even shot. So I would like to see Cooper stay light on his feet here and just try and keep things in open space a bit more. But I'll tell you what, hats off to Luke Davis so far in these opening two rounds. He is controlling Cooper Davis very effectively on the cage.
Implemented the game plan perfectly so far.
So Cooper coming out southpaw, known to switch stances.
There you go.
So a bit of gamesmanship there from Cooper. Maybe he's trying to bait him into staying on the feet with him.
Yeah, test of wills.
Yes.
I like it.
He definitely needs to keep his back off from the cage. He definitely needs to take center of this cage to reduce.
Here we go, though. Caught up early. Pushes away. Very good.
So 30 seconds down in this one. And Cooper Royal looking to try and get comfy on the feet, but Luke Davis has done such a good job of controlling the positions here in this fight so far. And once again, stalking Cooper towards the fence.
This is what I don't want, where Cooper stands still with his back really close to their cage.
Yeah.
Very easy for Luke to just throw 1-2 and then pressure him straight back up against it.
Big overhand right.
So one thing that always impresses me when I watch Cooper fight is his sense of timing. So while technique and a lot of things can be taught, timing seems to be one of those things that fighters either have or they don't. And that's certainly one thing that Cooper has in spades.
He's definitely trying to bait Luke into a stand-up.
For a 20-year-old man, he's certainly not shy of any confidence, Cooper Royal. And
For sure.
that's half the reason we love watching him compete.
Got to find something, though. Needs a big home running, you'd think, after the first two rounds.
He definitely, I'm going to say he needs a finish. I think he's 2 rounds down, Cooper.
We've said that a couple of times tonight and been wrong.
Yeah.
There's the high kick.
So draws a smile out of both boys there. Cooper faking with the rear uppercut. Nice attack of the lead leg. And look at that. In and out of range beautifully. So just over a minute to go here, and while this round is looking good for Cooper Royal, those opening 2 rounds, like you mentioned, boys, not as clear in Cooper's favour, that's for sure.
Good knees, but pulled him back into the cage again. So what can Cooper do get his back off the cage, give himself a chance to finish his fight.
I'd like to see him actually drive off the cage with his foot,
Yep.
create some power coming forwards, and then look to switch.
Yeah, so beautiful work once again, pushing things up against the fence here from Luke Davis, of course, under the team there at Beast Martial Arts, Jason Hode and the rest of the crew, Kyron Moses, Matty Martin, some pretty phenomenal talent in that gym, and he's doing a really good job here shutting down that tricky striking of Cooper Royal. 20 seconds to go here and up against the fence.
He's got a vice-like grip. Once he gets hold of you against the cage, it's very hard to budge.
Yeah, very strong in this position, that's for sure.
And again, could influence the result of this third round by having the dominant position as the bell goes.
So 10 seconds to go. It looks like we're going to go to the judges here again tonight.
Oh, uppercuts. Something big to finish. Oh, that was a left.
And there we go. The boys close out a 3-round fight. So the first time that I believe either of them have gone the distance in their young careers. And, well, we'll have to go to the judges' scorecards to see exactly how that one panned out.
Thoughts? You can go on record this time.
Mate, I think Luke did exactly what he needed to do to get the win, and I think he did it extremely well. I think he definitely created that pressure up against the cage perfectly, didn't let Cooper move.
Yep.
You know, restricted that movement, which is, as we've seen in the past, is one of Cooper's very strong abilities, where he's got good footwork, he's got good angles, you know, which allows him to light up that striking.
Yep.
I think Luke reduced that, you know, cut that out, and did an extremely good job with that pressure up against the cage and those knees to the legs and the knees that he threw at Cooper. Like I said, I'd hate to be Cooper in the morning and trying to walk around.
It was a great example of mitigating your opponent's strengths, and we all knew that Cooper had that eccentric style, some excellent kicks, some good striking, and I think Luke really implemented a game plan that took that away from Cooper, that pushed him against the cage, that asked questions of his technique, and I think he was found wanting in this fight, to be honest. So
I think
congratulations to Luke.
Yeah, congratulations to Luke, and I think it might send Cooper home with some study material.
Well, young fighters will learn, and again, a loss is never easy to swallow, but at the end of the day, it's not about tonight as such, it's more about what he takes away from this, and he goes back into the gym, continues to work with Brand, you know, continually role plays. The same thing happened to him here, back against the cage, what to do differently next time, and he'll come back as a better fighter, no doubt.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, these are all amateur fights. This is where the experience and that skill level is leveled up, you know, when they're ready to turn pro.
So, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores the contest 29-28 to the blue corner. Judge 2 scores the contest 29-28 to the red corner. And Judge 3 scores the contest 30-27 for your winner by split decision in the blue corner, Luke Davis. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our winner, Luke Davis, who notches up his 3rd win inside the Coastal Combat cage by split decision there. So, Luke, the game plan are pretty clear. Try and take away some of that striking that Cooper Royal's known for and turn this into a grappling bout.
Nah, that wasn't really the plan at all, man. I'm not real happy with how it went down, but he's a strong little fucker, man. Once I got him sort of wrapped up, then sort of locked me up, couldn't do what I wanted to do. I had some bad shit that we've been training, but that's what happens, eh?
Well, it was good to see you adjust on the fly. We certainly saw some really nice cage control and some big knees thrown in the clinch there as well. So like I mentioned, 3-0 inside this cage. What can we expect from you next?
More knockouts, I hope.
Well, to your credit, your last 2 performances inside this cage have been knockout of the night performances. And lastly, I know there's a lot of people you'd like to thank.
Yeah, I've got to say a massive thanks to all my team. They put up with me the last couple of weeks. Probably pushed through some shit that I shouldn't have, but they've put so much time and effort into me. I can't thank them enough. Kyron Moses, Matty Martin, Jason Joe, everyone down the shed, all the Beast Boys, they're all fucking champions.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for your winner, Luke Davis.